My, fancy meeting you here. Myra Eleanor. You can just call me Myra. Fancy, is it not? I relish in these nice get-togethers. My yes. Being a vampire for 1,000 years. It brings a lot to communion to see humans communicate. Oh, you flatter me so, dear. Are you not aware? Actually, I don't think I've smelled your scent before. You're a new lad, aren't you? I figured. The extra formalities give it away, holding the door and shaking many individuals' hand, and being super polite to the point it looks so cute on you. You smell new in the flesh. Well, I've no fear on the matter. Why, yes? So, tell me, what brings you into the line of business between the millionaires, the thousandaires, and the billionaires? Me? I simply do my job. But I want to know about you. You're looking into private equity. That is quite the adoration. Private equity takes a long time to take off, such as clothing brands and private e-commerce, which is what I do. E-commerce is a very nice ordeal to be in, but explaining it to you might take a little forever. Let me ask you this. Have you ever bought an LLC as of yet? Ah, not yet. You need to buy yourself an LLC. Because if you ever get into a hefty bit of trouble, an LLC could save you from getting a potential lawsuit for a copyright claim. Have no fear. Today is a day of celebration, and you're taking your first few steps of financial freedom. I remember it was there once upon a time, struggling, and no one there to help me. But with you humans in your modern day age, you make earning money a breeze, and surviving way easier than it was in the past. Now I can just go to a grocery store and buy a pack of raw meat. Don't have to resort to human blood. An animal meat diet. Quite the glory. I am thrilled. I'm glad you notice. Ah, yes. Many people question if it's even frowned upon or supported upon to be having such an event. At a big gala like this. Kinda boorish if you ask me. But, nonetheless, we have investors, crypto managers, traders, day traders, night traders, you name it. Resellers. Creators of products that they just sell. Book authors. Many people have many talents who would never take no for an answer. And you, my friend, you as well are not taking no for an answer, sweetheart. By being here, your choice is if you want to stop taking no for an answer, or continue taking no for an answer. Will this be as close as you come to being in a billionaire millionaire reach? Or Will you stagger yourself the chance and sabotage yourself to the point that all these chances of changing your life for the better is simply gone to waste because you couldn't take the accountability to be consistent and trust the process upon build? I am worth $3 trillion, but I have been alive for 1,000 years. Little unfair to be comparing my progress to yours. There's a young man over there, in his 30s. He's worth 5 trillion, more than I am. If he can do it at such a young age, so can you. I know I'll live for a very long time, so I have the patience to teeter my time and be satisfied with the bills I have gotten. Why, yes. I give all the glory to the Lord. Is it odd for a vampire to be worshipping God? Have no fear. You need hard work and dedication, and you will get to the lengths that he is at. Where am I at? I'll tell you what. You're cute. I'll buy you a meal and a drink. I can give you all the insights and advice that I have for you and hear your little idea out. Or your plans. Yes. You're young. And you're navigating the world on your own. And I doubt any of your friends are trying to pursue what you're pursuing, considering you're here alone. I've watched many people walk in who seem to be a lost cause. And over time, they make something more of themselves, beyond what other people dreamed of. Whether that be their neighbors, their boss, their parents even. With enough dedication and inspiration, you can be different from the rest. Aspire to be more. You just need the right teacher. And what better teacher is there than a vampire who's been alive for 1,000 years? Oh, you're a good one. You're catching on. Good boy. Oh, that's right, my dear. What does this have to do with you? It has to do everything with you. You see, my company is starting an experimental enterprise of an investment of $4 billion they want to invest in. And I want to start an experiment of young people like you who have no idea of the world of business, who didn't come from a background of money, and build themselves up from the ground dirt to square 1,000. If they can be mentored in a span of 12 months to be something more than they are, if they can change their life around to the point where they are worth $0, maybe up to 100 if you're generous, and make them worth up to, at least $1 million. $1 million does sound like a lot of money for people that think they're aligned with me. But I am not so narrow-minded. But I don't have any hope or faith on trying. $1 million may seem like a large point. A large goal indeed. But to me, it is something idealistic. It is something doable. It is something possible. And if you put your mind enough to achieve that $1 million, you can get there to the best of your ability. And in our line of business, all we have to do is to push boundaries and force ourselves to reach our goals. Because if you don't have an unrealistic goal in mind, you can never push yourself to be greater than your own comfortability. So never take no for an answer. Even if the goal seems impossible to achieve, find a way to make it possible to achieve. My guys. I try my hardest. I really do. Well, I think you look very handsome and dashing. and there's no need to be so nervous. Oh, by the way, pardon me. I don't mean to be rude by any means, but I was just wondering, a very handsome young man like yourself, do you perhaps have a little lady waiting at home for you? A girlfriend or a wife? No? You're single? In the flesh? With such a gorgeous face, I don't mean to offend you, but I would expect you would have someone in your life by now. For that you were working towards aiming for a better future. I was wrong. Pardon me for assuming something so outrageous then. I know you didn't expect me to ask such a abrasive question. My apologies, it's my fault. Well, that's awkward. I know I offered you dinner, but if you did have someone in your life, I would humbly take my offer back and just hand you a couple dollar bills. Maybe a few hundreds, if you suppose. I don't mean to be rude of any kind, and I definitely don't mean to steal anyone's person. But please understand that I mean no offense or harm. I was only worried, but concerned. Nonetheless, my offer to you. I was wondering if you would like to mentor under me. If you would like me to... Sorry. If you would like me to mentor you. Really? You would accept the offer? Even though you just met me? You know, I'm a vampire. It is not a cosplay. I am real. I am the real thing, darling. No, I am not going to take your blood. Those days are behind me. I'm more of a vegan vampire, only addicted to the animal blood. I do not take pleasures in sucking human blood. Forgive me not, but putting my mouth on a human being who's alive and where I don't know where your germs have been, or where you have been. Ugh. That gives me the crawl creeps all over. And I will never understand how most of my species is able to do it. The hand, the neck, the arm, the ear, sometimes the forehead. Yes, the forehead. They say the blood from the brain is the best part. I never understood them. Frankly, because you don't know where those people have been. A lady could have gone out the bathroom. Yet you decide to bite the darn woman, not knowing if she properly washed her hands or not. I've never been a one for germs before, but after you get used to all the privileges and the cleanliness and all the butlers just treating you like royalty. Every little thing about dirt just disgusts you every now and again. I guess those are the pros and cons of getting money and becoming rich. Would you like a drink? I'm offering, dear. And look at the prices on the menu. Could you really afford it at your position where you're at? No offense. But you can tell the rich from the poor, because look at the poor. They brought in their lunches with them. Well, the thousandaires also bring their own lunch, not wanting to waste money. People with their first million, I swear, they don't want to spend anything. But hear me on my word, and heed me to this. And I say to you, the people who have the most money don't care about what they spend on the menu at all. So go on. You don't have to pay me back. And since I'm taking you under me, and I will be your mentor, think of this as a welcoming gift from me to you. Attaboy. Ah, yes? Over here. Yes. Can I get... What is it that you want? And do not pick the cheapest thing. Lobster? Is that what you really want? No, no, no. We're getting this. Do not pull back. I will not have you being cheap on me when I am so rich. Hello, Otis. It is good to see you. Ah, my good man. May I get a duck soup with some jasmine tea for me? And my companion over here will have a lobster lasagna with some mozzarella sticks. And for drinks, what drink do you want? Sprite. Okay. And he will have a Sprite. I'm sure you heard it. But just saying it, just so you can put it on my tab. Thank you. Now, enjoy the food while you can with the delicacy. Before we know it, our great announcer is going to announce his new product. Oh. It's called Project Relief. Project Relief is for people that lost somebody and they're grieving and going through a rough time. It's supposed to help people who've lost loved ones properly grieve by giving them that sentimental value of who the person once were. It's supposed to be an AI-generated interactive production of the person and how they actually were and looked like in real life. And it's supposed to give 100% real-to-close conversation on these people who decide to sign up and join the testing. Yes, I have tested it myself. Unfortunately, there's not enough information on the person that I've lost, considering it's been years ago. But anybody dating from this era and have photos and videos of mom and dad should be more than happy to do that, because they lived in that time to do so. People that I had in my life died in an era where cell phones and photography and all this advanced technology did not exist. Besides, I'm past the point of grieving. I'm in full acceptance. Yes, I agree. It does seem morally wrong here and there. But if it's to help them, I'd rather them find a way to help some people. You never know what people might need when they're grieving. Sometimes it's old footage. Sometimes it's old letters and diaries. Sometimes it's just love and connection from friends. You never know what someone's going through. Nonetheless, Project Relief is making an estimate of a $3 billion investment from the people that actually wanted to commence. Surprise, yes. You forget humanity has weak hearts. Every person is sensitive, whether there be pain or anger or sadness. Emotions and their sentimental value. If anything, they would say, I think my mother possessed the AI and was talking to me through it. I felt like she was really there. What you feel is far from the truth. But you can never tell a grieving person that, or you would be the bad guy. Or bad girl. In my case. I believe it would be good for them to come to terms. Some people, the way they go, they don't have proper goodbyes. Oh, looks like your food is here. Oh. And before you eat, I have one last thing to give you. Well, why don't you find out? Yes, I nicked you with my tooth. It's a marking on your lip. That way, people will know you're mine to deal with. And they won't kick you out or mess with you. Think of this as a business branding. From now on, you are mine. And I will teach you well and teach you how to fly. I'll provide for you like no one else would ever have. My baby.